The plan for this chapter will be to learn about how to create a new artifact using the multiple page mode, each step of the planning process, title, description, goals, strategies, and motivation, and the importance of planning in the learning process. Let's get started. Following the learning process helps a student focus on small tasks to better plan her work and learn about the task at hand. In Level 3, the language used is more appropriate for a secondary school student. This page has 3 types of navigation. First, a student can click on any word of the planning, doing, and reflecting graphic. When a student moves the cursor over the word, it is highlighted in blue. Second, a student can click on any word from this list in yellow to jump to any phase in the planning process. Third, the student can use either the top or bottom navigation bar to cancel the work by clicking on the red X, save and exit the work by clicking on the green check mark, or move to the next step by clicking on the green arrow. On the right side of the navigation bar, a student can go to the one-page mode by clicking on the one-page icon. On the top right corner of the page, there's a description for each step which supports the student. Clicking on the gray X will hide this feature. Clicking on the icon of the person talking will show this feature. As you can see, ePEARL is customizable to each student's preferences. A student considers many aspects while planning a new artifact. Planning contains 5 parts: title, description, goals, and strategies, and motivation. Let's talk about the title in planning. ePEARL requires a student to name her work for the new artifact. For example, in Megan's portfolio, the title of this artifact is Astronomy, Red Giants. This is a science project, so this artifact belongs in the Science and Technology folder. A student can select the color code that fits this new artifact or wait until the end of the work to add it. In this case, Megan just started, so she assigned tons more work to this artifact. If a student doesn't want to continue with this entry, she clicks on the red X to cancel and is returned to her artifacts in the Science and Technology folder. To save and exit at any time, she clicks on the green check mark. A pop-up message appears showing that the artifact is saved in the folder. The student can see this artifact in her index page. If the student is ready to continue working, she then clicks on the green arrow to continue to the next step in the planning process, description. Let's talk about description and planning. Here, a student describes what the assignment is about. To begin planning, you need to check that you understand what to do. This is the description that Megan wrote. I have to read about stars called red giants and make a PowerPoint show about it. In the criteria section, a student writes about what the class has decided represents a good work. This is the criteria that Megan wrote. Use good science terms. Explain what red giants are so grade 6s can understand. Put what I learned in a PowerPoint show that has pictures and captions. Rubrics may be used to itemize the various learning outcomes associated with a particular activity. You can choose a previously created rubric and work with the class on this document to clarify the evaluation criteria prior to beginning an assignment. For example, the teacher can provide a rubric file for the class. A student attaches it from the desktop or shared files of the computer. First, a student clicks on Browse. Then, she chooses the rubric from her class folder. The student will now see the attached file on the page. She can always click on Deselect to delete it from this artifact. Once the student clicks on Save, she'll be able to see the rubric attached in her artifact. To view the rubric, the student clicks on View or Download to open it and view it. The teacher can write comments on the student's performance or the student can self-evaluate using this rubric. This resource helps the student self-regulate her own process of learning. The student can look over each criteria and then differentiate the evaluation by selecting one or more criteria for her own learning goals.